It's October, so we all know what that means. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Check your pumpkins. If you've been around my channel for a while, you will remember this dress that I did for Valentine's Day. And yes, well, those sleeves were the reason why I bought this pattern. This one, View A, piqued my interest. I love tartan, though personally I don't have an affinity with one. Despite my red hair, I don't have any Scottish heritage that at least that I know of. Irish and Welsh, sure, Danish and German even, but no Scots. I could adopt my husband's tartan, his surname being Morgan, but the Welsh Morgan tartan is bright yellow with a black and red stripe, not exactly my colour. It's also 25 years old, I think. I think it was originally registered in 2000, so it's not exactly traditional. I could go to its predecessor, which would be the Mackay tartan, which is the same but with the blue base. And I have made a waistcoat and a flat peak hat for Harry using the Mackay tartan. I've even got myself a printed version from Spoonflower because it was cheaper. I made myself a skirt, but it wasn't calling to me for this one. So I looked around to the non-family tartan. So if you didn't know, there was an official tartan of America and an official tartan of Christmas. Iron Brew, even Scrooge McDuck. And as much of a Disney fan that I am, Scrooge McDuck's is still bright yellow, so again, not my colour. And so I've kind of sat on this pattern, or at least this idea, for a while, waiting to stumble across the perfect tartan. And then I saw this tartan. This is the Pink Ribbon Foundation charity tartan. My job is a cancer research scientist, and whilst I look at cancers more broadly, breast cancers have affected my family personally. My nan, my 94-year-old nan, is a breast cancer survivor, and as we speak, I have family members who are battling breast cancer. I even know loved ones that unfortunately lost their fight. This video is for them. The tartan is a 12-ounce woven tartan designed and woven in Scotland by Great Scot in collaboration with the Pink Ribbon Foundation, and I've named it coo-ree. Coo-ree is Scots Gaelic, which translates to hero, champion, warrior, all of which applies to breast cancer patients and survivors and the family that support them. Now, this fabric wasn't cheap. To get a tartan woven, the cheapest I've personally found is £65 a metre, and this is a charity tartan, so it's a bit more because a percentage goes to the charity. So this was £85 a metre. I got 4 metres, and I don't know if I grossly overestimated how much I needed, or if I had more than one project in mind when I ordered this, because it's been a minute. I originally ordered this tartan in June 2024. It was a pre-order and it was woven to order, so you expect a wait, and I was advised that I would see my tartan end of September 2024. I finally got it in March 2025, which wouldn't be a problem, but their communication skills leave you wanting. I had to chase them monthly for updates. If you are okay or willing to wait a full gestational period, or if you're the type of person who instantly forgets what they order, and so opening any parcels is like past you buying an early birthday present for you, go for it. It's really nice fabric, and it cuts lovely. I've already cut out the dress that I'm making in this video. So I do recommend it on quality, but be warned, it will take a while. And they do have other tartans on there. They've got a Ukrainian, I think it's called Ukraine Forever, the charity. That's a different charity tartan. Again, lovely tartan, great cause, yellow, not my colour. So back to the dress I'm making. As with the Valentine's Day one, I have hand tacked already those darts. There are 4 darts on the front, 4 darts on the back, and because the bodice is lined, that means there are 16 darts total, and they're curved. That's the main reason why I hand tack them. To be honest, I hand tack any dart because I think it's easier to run through the machine and you get a better finish and you have more control over like a pinned situation, especially because they're curved. Tacking them with it by hand is just so much easier. So don't need to go under the machine. I will probably hand tack most seams because I really want the stripes to line up around the skirt and the bodice, hopefully. I say that, I then cut out the sleeves without even thinking about where they were going to join. So that probably, or if it does, miraculously will line up. Hopefully, where I've tried, the stripes should go around the body. In terms of lining material for this, it's actually an excellent thing to use up leftovers, scraps or big scraps. And after cutting out 2 different dresses out of this fabric, the one I've already made out of this pattern, and then the short raglan puff sleeve rendition, I didn't need another garment out of this fabric. This is what's left now after I've cut the lining out of it. And actually crepe is a really good lining fabric because it's lightweight. Cotton and satin also make good linings depending on what feeling you prefer. Whilst they don't exactly go, because not even I can convince myself that those two go together, you're not meant to see it. So this will work perfectly fine. I don't know if you saw that, but a spider just attacked me over my machine. No, I'm actually not afraid of spiders, but I was not expecting that. And it came marching over my machine at me and I just freaked out. Oh, I don't know where it went. I got glass, but it's gone. It's only about that big. It's not that big. It was chunky though. I do wonder if you saw it in the clip. There's no food in here for you, mate. Actually, fun fact about where we live. Don't know if this is a fun fact or not. When they built this place, they were like, oh, it's by the water, so there's going to be loads of bugs, loads of flies, midges, that sort of thing. So we're going to do something to come back to that. And that was release a load of spiders. So there's a lot of spiders around where we are. We don't actually see them in the house often. I think we've had a handful. We don't really have that many in the house. They are mostly outside eating the buggies. So I guess it worked. I'm going to try and finish these darts and not get attacked by another spider.
Special guest.
I found her. We're going to rescue her and put her outside.
Pressed. Next thing, I'm pretty sure, right sides together, sew along that neck edge, and then press the seam allowance towards the lining and understitch. And we can do this all on the machine because the rest of it's open, so it's a nice straight line. It's not like I'm getting into nooks and crannies. We're matching all of the little seams that we've got, so whether they be darts or like the actual shoulder seams. I have clipped this slightly because I don't know if I always clip it or not, I don't remember, but I felt this fabric was kind of holding around that curve of the neck, and you know, it's around your neck, it's gonna be more comfortable. Clipped that flexibility. I'm just gonna the corners of the seam allowance off where they stand proud above the neckline. Try and do this in a way where you're not stretching. You should stay stitch before you do this. Before you should do this shoulder seams, like, really, but can't always be bothered to do stay stitching, I'm not gonna lie. So I've got some ideas what to use the leftover fabric, but I need to measure how much I have left. I feel like I've got half. I feel like I have 2 meters, but the skirt on this is pretty large, so it is cut out. I just need to measure and make sure what I think I've got is what I've got. One of my ideas involves a pleated skirt. Now, I've got a pleated skirt that, oh goodness, I must have got when I was like 15. Yeah, like I must have been, or maybe I was 16. Maybe I was 16. 2008, how old was I in 2008? The reason why I remember that is it was the Olympics. Was it that year or was it the year before I got it? I actually can't remember now. I just really freaking love this skirt. And I got it when I was a young child, I got it when I was a teenager, and I remember my dog being a puppy, but we call our dogs puppies until they're like senior citizens, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything. We did only have 1 dog at the time though, so that is a much smaller window, so I should be able to work it out, but right now I cannot. Anyway, that's going completely tangent. But yeah, I've got this skirt that I got many years ago, so I'm 34 this year, so we're talking, well, more than 15 years ago. I love it, I still wear it. I took it to New York, I wore it in New York a lot. My dad complimented me, actually. He came out visiting around Christmas. I tend to wear it around Christmas because it's like a red. I don't know if it is actually a tartan or if it's just a tweed check. There is a distinction. I think tartans have to be licensed and associated with something, I would like to say, whereas like other things are like a tweed, they're a check or a tartan style, maybe. I'm just BSing there, like I should probably look that up. But yeah, I have this skirt and I really freaking love it. So I was thinking, do I make a version of that skirt in this pink fabric? So I've got more than one. It doesn't say to do this, I don't think, but I am going to trim that seam allowance now that I've understitched, just so you've got less bulk, particularly around these pleats, because it is on your neck. It's not the most pleasant experience having a lot of lumps and bumps around your neck. Last thing I'm going to do tonight, I think, is matching seams on the arms, and I think we're just basting those arms together, and that is the bodice done. I might give one last press once I've done this and then hang it up overnight. I thought I'd measured those two, but I did it to the wrong line when I cut it out. It's fine. I don't care enough to cut it out again. It's so busy anyway. Maybe, just maybe, the skirts will line up, but the bodice does not. As much as doing darts is most sewers' nightmare, I've never met a sewer who's like, yeah, I love darts. I really love this bodice. I love the way it fits me. I love the way it comes together. Once I've got those darts like hand sewn in, the dart prep is intense, I will say, but once they're sewn in, it's such an easy for me. I'm not gonna say it's easy for everyone, because we all find different things difficult in life. Yeah, I don't like darts, but I also don't like working with stretch material as much. So all I'm doing is, I says to baste, but I'm just apparently going for a full-on stitch. Stitching the armhole openings together. I'm loving the way it looks. I love tartans so much. So I like to finish off my seams as I go. It just saves so much time at the end, and also it saves some headache, because you know they will start fraying. But because this is 12-ounce wool, traditional method of like splitting it and folding it under, it's a bit bulky. So I'm going to do what I think is called a Hong Kong finish instead. The side seams I'm going to do all in one. So I actually went and bought some bias, because this is much wider than the stuff that I make. I could have made wider stuff, but I needed like 10 meters worth. So instead I just went and cleared out Hobbycraft of their bias. So I'm just going to trim down the seam allowance there. I might even actually, before I attach it, iron it and then pin and sew. It's not going to be seen on the outside, so it's really not a big deal if it's not done properly. But yeah, the back seam I think I'm going to split, because obviously I want to put the zipper in here because the top is fully lined. I don't need to worry about doing the top at all. And I'm also going to do the hem in the bias tape method, where you put it along the bottom and then turn it up. I need to do the seams first though, and I'm also going to do the sleeves in the Hong Kong method as well. I think I'm going to put the iron on actually and do this first, but you don't need to see it. So there's the pocket all bound, so that's the back side and that's the front side. I actually don't know, this is the side I sewed down on. I don't know quite what I'm doing about this one yet. I might just pink that, especially as this pocket's going to be pressed one way or the other. I need to check where the front is. This is because it all looks the same, but like one's going to kind of get enclosed. It's not really, but like you won't ever see it. But this other side, maybe that'd be best to finish the binding as well. But that's lowest priority. I want to see how much I have left over, if I have any left over. I'm just going to carry on doing that, so I probably won't film it because that's a lot of footage of exactly the same thing. So catch you up when I've done that. And this, my friends, is why you don't sew with pins in. There it is. I wasn't even going that fast, so I'm gonna have to take this out and replace my needle. I don't even know what needle this is. Excellent. The Hong Kong finish took way longer than I anticipated. I was sewing like up until 10:30 last night. It's fine. So it is now all done, even the sleeves. So next thing is cuffs, then attach the cuffs obviously, and sleeves to the bodice, bodice to the skirt, zip, and then tack down the lining, which I think shouldn't take too long, but I need to get the interfacing out and cut and iron the interfacing. It's a mental block. I don't like doing it, but it is the next thing. So I will be doing that, hopefully finish this dress today. But get on it. I've already filmed this outro once, but I reviewed the footage and realised that I left not next week but the week after final reveal in frame. So refilming it because I want that one to be a surprise because I'm so excited about that one. But I do love this dress. It's actually been a hot minute since I actually made it. I made it back in May, I think. March, April, May time, because I had the fabric. No, it arrived in March, so it would have been after that. But yeah, it was April or May because I had the fabric and I told myself that I need to use my fabric stash before buying more stuff. So I was like, well, I have it now. I can make the dress. I still have a lot of leftovers. That probably will stay in the box till next year though, because hopefully moving soon. What do I think of the dress? Now, I haven't adjusted since I've sat down. I love it. I love the tartan. I love the fit. The fabric itself doesn't have as much give, so it is a bit restrictive. I think this sleeve type is also, when I raise my arms, obviously everything moves and then I've got to shuffle down. So personally, it doesn't bother me because it's not something I'm going to be wearing when I'm doing a load of chores using my arms. So that is fine. It's to look pretty. It's a bit tight around the neck. I've actually undone the hook on the back there whilst I was eating and just haven't done it up again. It's not too bad now. I look like an idiot doing that. But yeah, it's not too bad now. But when the hook was on and I was trying to eat, it was just like choking me a little bit. So yeah, there's just not as much give. And it's not to do with this bodice style. I have made this twice before. Once in that dress I showed right at the beginning. But I've also done a velvet jumpsuit with this top with the flutter sleeves. That was actually the first rendition of this bodice I made. And yeah, neither of those feel quite as tight round the throat. At least I don't remember them being, so they obviously weren't. And I've eaten out in both of them. I think I would have remembered if that was an issue. But yeah, so I think it's this fabric. This fabric's a bit tighter. If you don't like wool or the texture of wool, don't buy wool to make clothes, especially ones that touch your skin. I could have lined the sleeves, that is true. It doesn't itch, but I'm aware of it, if that makes sense. And maybe it's just because I don't find wool itchy. If you obviously are allergic or you find the texture of wool unpleasant, you won't like it, don't buy it. Very simple. Around my tummy, like, I'm wearing tights, but for some reason I feel like there's a sensation sometimes, not all the time, and if I think about it, it obviously feels like it itches more. but it's not itchy. I don't really find it itchy. I'm just aware of the wool texture, but that could be because it's a heavier weight fabric. I would like something in between. So now I've got like that crepe, really quite spring style, which is good for like the slightly warmer, or with a big coat like I wore it in the Valentine's video. This is wool, so this is warm. I'm actually too warm. I need to change. We are October now, filming this, and when this comes out, it's just still not that cool. So I would like something in between, and there is what's known as lantana, which is I think 80% cotton and 20% wool, for that kind of middle, slightly warmer than cotton, but still quite breathable. Yeah, I absolutely love this dress. I've got those leftovers. That's going to be next October probably now. I probably should start promoting myself a little bit more. But before I do that, to be a bit less awkward about it, I do want to seriously promote Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Please, please, please know what you feel like. And this isn't just for women. So many people don't realise men can get breast cancer. So this is the point of the month, I suppose. Like, we need to raise awareness of the different types of breast cancer. It's not just one disease, it's actually a collection of diseases. As a cancer researcher, it's so important to know your body and know what is your normal. And when something goes wrong, you need to tell your doctor immediately, you need to tell your GP immediately, and you need to be like, no, this is not my normal. You need to look at this further. I have family, like I said, who have had breast cancer and are survivors. I have family who are going through their breast cancer battle currently, and I have sadly know people who have lost their battle. So please, please, please be aware of your body. Make sure the guys in your life are aware that they can also get breast cancer, and they need to know their body. It is so important. Shameless plug. If you've enjoyed my video, please give it a like, give it a subscribe. It helps it seen more widely, and I feel like if any video I should start this on, it's the one that promotes at least a good message. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, it'd be great. And join me again and hobby along with me. Bye. How did my foot come off? Context of sewing really makes that a different sentence, doesn't it? Right.
But it's red and it clashes.
Okay. That's me, I guess. Oh wait, they go with me.